Hey everybody, it is Eric at DB Music for your weekly video tip. But I want to stop for a minute first, and hopefully you guys noticed that this showed up a little bit later today. And that's because by the time you were watching it is actually Remembrance Day. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't put anything up that would interfere with any of you who might be out celebrating family members that have been part of our great military and part of this country, and showing some respect and honoring those that are serving now, like two of my brothers, Kirsten and Aaron. So hopefully you got out and were able to do some of that. And without further ado, here's your lesson of the week. I thought this week I'd do something a little bit easier, not all that shreddy stuff from last week, and talk about the capo. So for all of us that play guitar, and if you're playing banjo, the mandolin, and all these other instruments, you use the capo as well. This is a really useful tool. What it does is opens up all kinds of options for us in how we play things on the guitar, and creates new sounds for us and better ways to sing and so on and so forth. But we're going to cover three important uses, I should say. One is you can use the capo to change the tuning of your song so that it becomes a little easier to sing. So you'll see this a lot in campfire type situations. So for instance, when I do Hello Darling by Merle Haggard, I find the start of it really low. Hello darling, nice to see you. It's been a long time, you're just as lovely as you used to be. So I find that really low when you're the hello darling. So what I might do is put a capo up on the second fret. So I'm still playing like I'm in D, but I'm actually in the key of E now because I've moved up 2 frets. And what it does is it makes it a little bit easier for the start. Hello, darling, it's nice to see you. It's been a long time, you're just as lovely as you used to be. So, terrible singing, but you get the point. One of the second uses that I want to cover is, with the capo, is so that you can use the chord voicing that you want to use to get the sound you want to create. So what do I mean by that? I mean, maybe you come up with something that is, you're playing it in G, but you're really not digging that chord to use. So what you might do is slap a capo on, we'll say, 7, and instead of using the G shape, we might use the C shape. And what we're doing now is we're creating a whole new sound with our chords. And it just changes the way we want to play something when we're writing. The third big one is, you'll see, if you go out and you get to see an acoustic duo play, or anytime where you have multiple guitars, you might notice that somebody's playing with a capo here, and someone's playing with a capo here, and someone's maybe not playing a capo at all. What they're doing is they're trying to fill all the space and create really cool, unique guitar parts instead of 3 people all going. One of the best examples I can think of for this is Hotel California by the Eagles. So on one guitar part, think of this as sort of like the campfire kitchen party way you'd play this. You'd have one guitar going. So that's playing with the open chords. Then you have another guitar with a capo on 2, maybe playing it like this. then you can have the other capo way up on 7 and do it like this. Then you can put all three of those together and you actually have 3 unique sounding guitar parts that everybody can play. And then you can be that other cool guy who, in the original version, just goes. For the entire length of the song. And just so you know, that's a lot harder than it looks because you have to keep that pattern repeated for the entire length. That is not easy and you cannot lose count. So going back over it, today is the capo. The capo is a valuable tool for any guitar player, banjo player, mandolin player, anybody that wants to shift up and down the fretboard. We can use it three really common ways. 1, make a song easier to sing. La, la, a little bit higher, easier to reach. We can use it so that we get the chord voicings we want to use. So instead of playing A like that, we can put a capo on 2 and play G instead and do a little easier to get the chords in. Or so that we can do our Hotel California so we can have multiple guitars doing the same thing but different. So that's the capo. One little tip to add to that. When you tune your guitar is designed to be in tune between the saddle up to the nut. When you slap a capo on, it's got some extra pressure, you've shortened the length of your strings, you may want to retune your guitar because it is quite possible that the intonation of the instrument makes it go a little bit out of tune with your capo. So always make sure you double check your tuning. So that's the capo. Go home, try it, use it. Try taking a song you already know, moving it up and down the fretboard with the capo, see if you can get used to playing in all those different positions. And then maybe take a song without a capo and put a capo on somewhere else and try and figure out how to play it. Whatever you do, make sure you use one of these in some of the really cool ways that you can. And hopefully we'll do some more on the capo and some of that nice acoustic-y stuff next week. So happy practicing and have a great weekend.